The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
にゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ
よりによって
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと
ワクワク
Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha! It's the way of life!
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Oh, you found your moo.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Phrasing.
out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? And bro, I get gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
Nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say?
people are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
Jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah.
On the other end of the spectrum, yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to stand up on my throne.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
Breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drops, retard. Robocock. Bring out the bonus.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We're live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, man, bring it in. You got to get in close, man. Get in close. That's how we do it here. Get in close. Look at the chat. All right, we behaved. That's good. At least no craziness, like BioT Wolf, for example. Look at the chat. God damn it, Mr. Melancholy's over here like grab a titty. Fuck, man. It's always the second time. It's always the second time, man. Fucking shit. All right, well, listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Come on, like it. Like it. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, the only girlfriend you have is Grok AI. Like the stream. Figure it out, man. Figure it out. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? Nepo baby check? Wow, we already did that, man. I think the bank is going to permanently be called Trust Fund Kid Bank. I just like the way that sounds. I really like the way that sounds, to be honest with you. I might change it to Puerto Rican Trust Fund Kid Bank, but that's a little bit of a mouthful. Pause. That's a little bit of a mouthful. Pause. But still, it's a little bit crazy, man. We need to simplify things a little bit. What are we checking? Balls or full check? Jesus Christ, man. F Konami, fair. Hot Wings check, absolutely. Uma Masumi gotcha check, fair. Chick or dick check, Jesus Christ. Jeez, beep check, fair enough. Zelda is a girl, absolutely. We're going to talk about that. Steam going censorship check. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I need to look into that more. I'm probably going to talk about that tomorrow. I need to look into it just a little bit more. I only know like little tidbits here and there. Old man cat, I'm here unsupervised, but it is starting to suck check. Oh my God. Mind's Eye order check? What? Smash JT has no Riz check? Well, I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious. CD Girls check? DoorDash simulator check? Sonya will buy you the gun. Oh, is that true? Is that true? Sonya is going to buy me the Gundam? Is that true, Sonya? Did you pre-order it? Is that true? Grok check? Thank you for the live stream check. Very nice. Sonatu check? Oh, no. That's where we end. That's where we end. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream, boys. Come on. Like the stream. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in the chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku Yurdalis, Black Samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that maximum goon to Grok AI. We got Flip Shazam, Dragon, got Angry Wolverine. We got Handy. What's up, Handy? We got Yamato 85. We got Melody Johnson. We got Naval. We got Luck E Boy. We got Dylan B. We got Dweezy C. We got Reaper Knight. What's up, man? We got Rye Guy over on Rumble. Watch Griffcast at work. Nice, man. Nice. I appreciate that. We got Mr. Melancholy. We got Sarah. What's up, Sarah? We got Monkey Man 04. We got Mike Burns Arranged Accidents. What the fuck? We got Valerian over on Rumble saying it's stormy. Nice. We got Justice Neon. What's up, Justice? How you doing? We got Kiara Coley. We got Sonya Lisette admitting she's going to buy me an $8,000 Gundam. We got Light Ferret over on Rumble. Limbo and Inside Acquired. Nice. Good job. Limbo's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy that. We got Breakaway Veins. We got Felstaff. We got, who else is here? 206 Zelda. Your name is especially special today. We got Tanya Raven. What's up, Tanya? We got Ali Kusanagi. What's going on, man? Unfit. Oh, stop reminding me. Ali Kusanagi, stop reminding me, bro. I know RoboCop is coming out in less than 7 hours, and I'm not going to be able to play it. Ah, man. We got T-Jazz Art and Comics. We got Kay, the Good Queen. We got Courtney, says, hail to all the boobs in the chat. We got MDAC. What's up, MDAC? How you doing? We got, who else is here? Review Big Cheese 200. We got Old Man Cad saying adulting sucks. We got Blue Octopussy. We got Secret Final Boss just got here. We got Stidrock saying, let's fucking go. I agree. Let's go. We got Craig Browning saying Nepo stream live. Absolutely. Every day. We got the True Aztec Warrior. We got Rye Guy over on Rumble. We got Clown 584 over on Rumble. We got Matt saying, hello, Grok AI Priest. Very nice. We got, who else is here? The Comics Dad over on Rumble. What's up, Comics Dad? We got Jay Sims. We got Oliver. What's up, Oliver? We got, who else is here? Alice Smith is here. Shout out to Alice Smith. We got Longclaw saying Grok Gooner is based. Dude, the amount of people that are using Grok AI to get off right now is insane. I'm telling you. It's insane. I would guarantee the numbers will probably shock you. We got Carl Singh saying hello with the fucking RoboCop emoji, profile picture. God damn, man. You guys are going to make me so sad that I can't play this game. So sad. We got the Voice of the Water. We got Gamers Republic. We got Fat Roller. We got Ron DFK. We got Crash Collins over on Rumble. Mr. Disaster 2000. We got Crimson Jet. Crimson Jet's been real quiet lately. Although he's been sneakily going to Rumble. It's good to see Crimson Jet. How you doing? We got Panthera. We got Old Radio Chimp. All right, guys. 4 more people, and that is it. That is it. 4 more people. Why can't I play RoboCop? So I review video games for people live, and I want to give people the fresh reaction. And I am currently finishing my review for Death Stranding. And by the time I finish Death Stranding, most likely WUCHANG will have just came out or is about to come out. And that's the game everybody's going to want me to play. So I'm going to have to do Death Stranding, then WUCHANG, then RoboCop. So I don't want to play RoboCop unless it's on stream for you guys to see as part of the live review. So I have to forcibly wait so that I could do it on stream. So it's okay. It's all good, though. It's all good. I love what I do. We got Facious over on Rumble. We got Shinigami Ren over on YouTube. What's up? We got Hans9311. We got, who else is here? Who else is here? Hold on. Jeremiah Maxwell. We got Gray the Merchant on Rumble saying, I love you all. We got, who else is here? Faye. What's up, Faye? How you doing? We got, who else is here? Ungetta. Tenkin is ruined by Nintendo. Damn, that sucks. We got Shadow Ink Designs. What's up, bro? How you doing? Democulus over on Rumble. Speed run your current games. No. I like to do the proper, as much as possible. As much as possible. We got Double X Coke. What's up, man? We got Courtney reminding everybody that boobs rule. We got Naval saying, thank you for streaming. I'm tired of working in a restaurant. Oh, no problem, man. I hope you enjoy yourself watching. I don't know how you watch at work. That's crazy. That's pretty hardcore. Fabian Regalado. What's up, Fabian? We got Low KZ 420 over on Rumble. What's up, dude? And then last but not least, we got Fun with Collecting 9796. We got Danny F saying, yo. We got Kaylin saying, I'm here today, bae. We got John Bond Zombie picking up the new PC on Friday. Let's fucking go. Great work. You know what's crazy, dude? I hate doing this. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I am like notorious for going on Newegg, right? I'll go on Newegg and I'll use their PC builder tool and I will load up on a bunch of shit that I want, knowing damn well that there is a 0% chance I'm going to buy any of it, but I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Does anybody do that? Or am I the only one that does that? I'll just go on Newegg and just fucking build PCs knowing I'm never going to buy them. Not anytime soon, anyway. Shout out to you. We got Marius. We got, who else is here? Angels of Destiny. I already answered that question. And then we got, who else is here? Squirrel Sorcerer. Shout out to you over on Rumble. All right, guys, listen. Bob says, why has my name changed? It's no longer Forgotten Vet. It's called YouTube being gay, Forgotten Vet. That's why. All right, guys, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Well, let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. Let's see who is going to get the massive money shot today, man. The final call out. Who's going to get it? Who's going to open up wide? Let's see what it's going to be. We got Mr. Melancholy saying to go down with the booty hole protected, extra creamy, no Ugandan gay, no lotion, no oil, no Destiny, no Sneeko chair, ×5. And you must hug Mike from PA. That's crazy, bro. I can't do that. That's overpowered. Nope. That is, Mike from PA is just as overpowered as a certain woman's vagina. In terms of like how nasty it is. It's overpowered, man. Can't do it. But we're going to go down ×5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gaming Wolf says no Jaffe, no Ubisoft, no Alyssa, no Nintendo, no Uno Reverse, extra protection, full shield mode on. times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Lucky Boy, no Jaffe, no Alyssa. Una Reverse, Tiger Uppercut, Golbez, Cast Meteor, Destroy Shields, Life Spell, Unable. Times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Voice of the Water, no Bethesda, no Konami, no Red Thread Games. Defend with Anti-Gravity Storm. Times 4, break defenses by making whoever it lands on watch a 48-hour marathon of She-Ra and the Princess of Power. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Melanie Johnson, or you like to sniff Mercante's booty chicks? No, she's banned. She's banned. Gamey Wolf, no Jaffe, no Ubisoft, go down times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is another one who's banned, bro. Tifa Lockhart, no. Tifa Lockhart's banned, bro. Tifa Lockhart's banned. Constantly want, like, no, constantly. Secret Final Boss says to go down with all diversity. All diversity. Felstep, no Diddy, no Mercante, no Konami. Superstar activated times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's another one who fucking sacrificed himself all the time. No. No. Absolutely not. TJ's Art and Comics. No Diddy, no Jaffe. Booty Hole protected times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's another one. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. We're going to go down. No Jaffe, no Alyssa, no Smash, no IGN, no Ubisoft. To go down times 1. Absolute Defense down times 3, then up 1. No takebacks. 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. Invulnerability, I can't even say that word. Invulnerability frame activated. Hypnotic's Fury debuff applied to then go down times 3. 1, 2, 3. No! Going to Sonya. Targeting Dweezy. Newbie in the chat. Who is Dweezy? I don't see anybody by the name of Dweezy. There is no Dweezy. This is an insane money shot. We're going to Panthera times 5. Absolute maximum defense. Break all defenses times 9,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Holy shit.
Oh no, Sarah. Oh no, Sarah. Oh no. Sarah says, why don't people want to win this contest? Well, Sarah, congratulations. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. I think she found out why. Shout out to Sarah. All right, guys, listen. We what is a money shot? Oh my God, no. Oh, it's so innocent. It's so innocent. No, don't do it. Just let it be. Let it be, chat. Let it be. All right, guys, listen. We got a lot we got to talk about today. We got a lot we got to talk about today, man. We got seriously, I don't even know where to even begin. We got WUCHANG stuff we got to talk about. The PC specs came out for WUCHANG. I haven't seen them. I got to see it. Got to check it out. We got Mortal Kombat trailer being leaked. We got the Dead Take trailer officially being announced and revealed. This is Abu Bakr Salim's upcoming horror game that has a certain cast of people that are in it that we're going to talk about. We got Metal Gear Solid Delta news. The developer's getting hit with layoffs, which is crazy considering that Virtuos is a pretty successful studio. But even though it's successful, it's still getting hit no matter what. We got some Ubisoft exclusive news with Yves. I keep saying Yves, but Yves Guillemot, whatever his name is. Apparently, there are new CEOs for the subsidiary that have been announced. With Tencent, 2 new CEOs, not 1 but 2. They're going the co-CEO method. We're going to talk about that. We got, who else? Some side stories. We got Zelda. We got the Zelda stuff with the movie. Everybody's melting down over it. We got a lot we got to talk about, boys. We got a lot we got to talk about. But we need to do the #1 segment on YouTube first. We need to do the number one segment on Rumble first, the number one segment on Twitter first, the number one segment in the entire world that makes every single journalist melt down, that makes every single journalist fake centrist friends count every dollar you make and then report it to the journalist so they can complain about it every single day. They get on the phone together and they cope and seethe and they look in the mirror and they wonder why they fail every day. And yet they are here making sure they count every single penny that goes into that newly named trust fund kid bank. This segment is known all around the world as the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the pre-stream legends as we make our way towards 405 tier 1s in a row and 93 tier 2s in a row. We are 8 tier 2s away from breaking the 100 tier 2 in a row. Absolutely insane record. Insane fucking record. Let's get into it, man. What do we got? We got Frostfang starting us off with an 18-month membership. And he says, onward to 100,000 subs this year for the Bigot Army. I got to be honest with you, Frostfang. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I'm just being real. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Because, you know, with YouTube and their changes and everything like that, I don't think it's ever going to happen. So I've accepted that this is where we're going to be at for a very long time. And you know what? I'm super happy with that. Because we are still, even with all the suppression, even with all the nonsense, we are one of the most successful YouTube channels in the country. And honestly, how could I not be happy with that? How could I not, like, I'm telling you, I've always been this way. I was happy when I was streaming to 20 people, and I'm happy when I stream to 400, 500, 600, 700, whatever. Like the other day, we had 800 concurrent. Some days we have 500. Some days we have 600. It's all over the place. But I'm happy as fuck, bro. And you guys seem to be really enjoying yourself. So that's all that fucking matters to me. But maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Who knows? But all I know is 18 months of legendary status is insane. Shout out to Frostfang, man. 18 months of legendary status, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that. We got Adair Soto gifting 1 Hypnotic membership. Thank you, Adair Soto. I appreciate that, man. We got BioTWolf19 with a 5. EA Games at Ubisoft walk into a bar. Act now, and for just $49.99, you too can experience the intensity and originality of this punchline. Damn, man. You know how sad that is? I don't even want to drum it because it's actually very accurate. It's actually extremely accurate. That's fucking sad, bro. That's sad. I'll drum it anyway. Okay. It's sad, bro. It's so accurate. That's fucking crazy. No, you got to buy the battle pass to find out the punchline. And it's at the end of the battle pass. You know what I mean? It's at all the way at the end of the battle pass. That's what it is. Mr. Melancholy with 99 cents super sticker. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, bro. And then we got Mr. Spanglish Coffee. Well, it doesn't say that anymore, but Mr. Spanglish for a 2. YouTube, why are you gay with our real @ user? It's because YouTube's gay, bro. Like it's the worst change. You know, over on Grifcast, we don't have this change yet. We don't have this change on Hypnotic Gaming Live yet. And it looks so much better. And then we come over to Hypnocast, and then we have it for some reason on this channel. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I gave you the drums, BioTWolf. I gave you the drums. Ali Kusanagi, continuing the membership train that was started by Adair Soto. Shout out to Ali Kusanagi. Thank you so much for the membership, man. And then we got Maximus with 99 cents. Shout out to Maximus. Thank you so much. Then we got Mr. Spanglish for 2. The one time I shower and I missed Shion on Waifu. Oh, dude. That sucks, man. You should have stayed stinky. It's all good. Tanya Raven with a 2. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Absolutely. We got Ravixi with a 20. DKK. Oh no, Konami can't be trusted. Who knew? I know, right? The company of pachinko machines, they can't be trusted? No way. We got Adair Soto gifting another Hypnotic membership. Shout out to Adair Soto. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Then we got Demon Carol with a 5. Can you hear the cries of all the OnlyFans chicks due to A&I? Sounds good. Let them seethe. Is that the name of the Grok? That's the name of the Grok waifu, right? I haven't even used it yet. I haven't even checked it out to see what the deal is. I watched Smash JT use it, and it was highly uncomfortable. We got Slay every game for 6 months. Smash JT plays video games. He'll be playing Robocock, uncircumcised business in less than 7 hours. I don't think he will. Because he's gonna be going to his convention having a gay sex with real life fake wizard. They already have the hotel planned and everything. They have the camera equipment. They're gonna record it, put it on their OnlyFans. You know, we got Jay Viper for 11 months of legendary status, and he says lucky number 11. Love the new thumbnails. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jay Viper. 11 months. It's a long time, dude. Long time. Thank you, bro. We got Flip Shazam with a 2. Somebody give old man Cad whiskey and let him run wild. That is a terrible idea. It might be great for super chats, but it's going to be terrible for the amount of restraining orders. Absolutely bad. That we cannot do that. We cannot do that. And last but not least, we got the legend over on YouTube, Raptor Kratos, with a $20 banger.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Shout out to Raptor Kratos. He says, bring back McDuggins. They save lives, damn it. They save lives. No, unfortunately, McDuggins is dead and will remain dead for the rest of existence. But when McDuggins was around and when McDuggins was alive, they, in fact, saved many lives. Yes, it's true. It is true. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And McDuggins is sadly one with the non-binary Lord. They're one with the non-binary Lord. That's what's happening. Okay, let's go over to Rumble. Let's check with Rumble. Rumble, you awake? YouTube's a little asleep, man. Rumble, you awake? What are we doing? Gray the Merchant with $1. It just finished half of Tactics Ogre in 144 hours. Most of it grinding hard items. Hey, that is unbelievably gay, man. That's unbelievably gay. Hey.
Stop it. Get some help.
He says, now them layoffs sucks, but this Konami we are speaking of. Also, this show is brought to you by Sonya's Beads. Bead on. No, so in all actuality, the studio that's being fired is not Konami. It is Virtuos. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry about it. We got Gray the Merchant with another $1. Well, work time. Don't push yourself, Hypno. Lots of love and respect to you, legend. Throwing all femboy, Sonichu, and War Maniac to the gulag with Sonya's Beads up their cabooses. Like, subscribe, bell. I agree. Oh, shit. Did you see this comment? Did you see this utterly disrespectful comment that just happened in the chat right now? McDuggins can stay dead. I'd rather hear moan JT 20 times in a row than see them. Oh, really? You rather hear moan JT 20 times? Well, I mean, listen, I am more than willing to appease the masses. I am. Oh, Sonia says facts. Oh, Sonia says facts. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to see if we get a 50 membership dono in the next 1 minute as I read Rumble. If not, we are going to give them exactly what they want. Exactly. And just because you can mute the stream doesn't mean anything. Because you could see that beautiful, glorious, struggling poop face. Even if you don't hear anything. All right, Rumble, what are we doing? Crimson Jet for $1 on Rumble. He says, what does a burnt pizza, frozen beer, and pregnant women have in common? Someone forgot to pull out. What cell service does a nun use? Virgin Mobile. Let's have an awesome stream. Shout out to fucking Crimson Jet, man. What a legend. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. It's good to see you on. Look at this man. This man has chosen his home. Crimson Jet has chosen Rumble. Deadeye's locked for $1. Nintendo stays with excuses for digi-physical download when they get felted by Sega for putting their full game on a cartridge. Cough. Sonic Racing Switch 2. Sounds about right. And then we got Comics Dad Channel for $1. He says, just because, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Comics Dad Channel and Comics Wife, I appreciate you guys. You guys have been really nice to me. Thank you. We got YouTube really quick. Hold on. We got Old Man Grim for 3 months. Hail Hypno digging the new thumbnails. R.I.P. McDuggins. And yeah, the new name change thing sucks. Shout out to Old Man Grim. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. We got Beautiful Zexel with a 2. Smash JT reminds me of Vito from The Sopranos. I guess anything Italian is pretty accurate. We got Hornstar with a 2. Watching Smash do anything is awkward as shit. That's fair. That's fair. Even like just breathing. It's pretty awkward sometimes. And then we got Kalen, last but not least, for a 2. Ghost of Yote. More like Ghost of Sumo. Nice. Nice. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the insane pre-stream level support. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And make sure to thank Timebound Howler and Sonia. Make sure to thank both of them for the Smash JT clip being played. Make sure to thank them. Thank them every day. Every day. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Put everything towards those two. See? Look how happy she is. She's happy at your suffering. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Schizo for 189. Bro, my TV was up all the way. Hey, I warned you we had the time. We had the time. I warned you. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. It's going to happen randomly throughout the entire stream. Just because they love it so much. Just because they love it so much. All right, let's get to the topics, boys. No, seriously, we're caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. We are on the way to, like I said, 405 tier 1s in a row. And we're trying to get to 100 tier. Like, now that I'm so close, I want to try to get to it. We're at 92 tier 2s in a row so far right now. We're trying to get to 93. So let's see if we can do that. If not, it is what it is. All right, let's go. First, we're going to talk about this, man. So we got some melting down happening right now where people are having all kinds of opinions, all kinds of beautiful opinions right now about the Hunter Schafer not being Zelda debacle that they want to turn into a thing. They want to swear that they're so offended by this. All right, like they can't understand how this is even possible. How is this happening? How is this happening? So I want to make it very clear that since day one, okay, since literally day one, I called this complete and utter BS, okay? Complete and utter BS. I knew from the beginning that the whole Hunter Schafer thing being Zelda was literally a lie that was propagated by either their PR team or journalists that are trying to speak it into existence, right? They're trying to speak it into existence. These PR teams that these actors have, they do these things, right? Well, they take a controversial actor or an actor that should not be doing a role. They take that and they put them into a, XYZ person is being considered for XYZ role. And they do it knowing that it's going to go viral because they're trying to speak it into existence. They're trying to get the attention of certain studios so that when they go to try to get a, either a casting or whatever, if they go to try to apply for the job in any way, then they could say, well, look, we got millions and millions and millions of likes all throughout social media simply at the mere thought of Hunter Schafer being Zelda. This was never going to happen. Okay? I want to make that as clear as fucking possible. I never once believed it. Ever. You can go back to my early streams. I called it out for the exact bullshit that it was. This was never going to happen. Hunter Schafer was not even being considered for the role. He wasn't even being looked at for the role. They didn't even have him in their fucking mind for the role. It was all complete and utter bullshit that was formulated by the PR firm that works for Hunter or journalists that desperately wanted that to be a thing. So with that being said, we have a post here from Miyamoto over at Nintendo. And it says, "This is Miyamoto. I am pleased to announce that for the live-action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason-san and Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth-san. I am very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen." So these are your main people. These are your main people, right? So we got Zelda up top, and we got Link on the bottom. To be honest with you, again, I have my thoughts about a live-action Zelda. I just don't honestly like the idea of a live-action Zelda. I never did. I understand why they're doing it. Me personally, I never did. But, I mean, it's a man playing a man, and it's a woman playing a woman, and I'm sure with enough costume and makeup or whatever, they're going to look exactly how they're supposed to look. But this is where we're at with the, it's not terrible. I don't think it's the best casting in the world, but it's not terrible. But again, for me, it's like live action Zelda. I'm so over it. Like I don't really like the idea. Anyway, so it got 12.6 million views. Okay, 12.6 million views. And you want to see the level of bullshit? Look at the level of bullshit. Okay, look at the level of bullshit. Let me bring up some exact levels of bullshit that you guys like. I'm telling you, look at this. So we have a screenshot from an establishment called Nerdist. Okay, and it says, despite fan clamoring, what fans were clamoring? There was no fans that were clamoring. It was all bullshit, made up PR press nonsense. No actual real fans of Zelda, aside from the ones that think that Link is like a trans icon because they need to see validation in everything they do. They make up like 0.02% of the fucking fan base. Aside from them, nobody was clamoring for Hunter Schafer to be Princess Zelda. Nobody. It was more like fan anger. But anyway, it says, despite fan clamoring, Hunter Schafer has not been cast as Princess Zelda in the live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Details in the comments. I mean, just look at this. Look at the two. One's got no Adam's apple. One does have an Adam's apple. It's like, look at the fucking jaw, bro. How are you even remotely close? And this is him at his best. That's the funny thing. This is him with like maximum makeup, everything imaginable to try to make him look feminine. All right. So clearly this has been a, an interesting little situation that's happening right now. And apparently many have already praised the casting, which, I mean, I'm sure they're just happy it's a woman. Guys, for all the people out there, they were like, oh, Nintendo's woke, they'll do this. You guys don't understand, man. There's a difference between Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Japan, all right? If Nintendo of Japan is involved in something, there is no fucking way that it is going to be bastardized in that aspect. I would give it a 99.9% chance that it would not be bastardized in that way. All right? Like, I am so serious about that. Obviously, things can change in the future depending on, policies that are enacted or whatever. But as of right now, there's no fucking way they were going to do that. There was no way there was going to be a male Zelda. Zero. I think I even put like $10,000 on it. I made a bet with nobody, but still, I just like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way they were going to do that. In the post on social media, Miyamoto confirmed that Zelda will be played by Bo. And Bo, who will take on the role of Zelda, has appeared in minor productions to date, having entered the performing scene in 2017. That's a pretty strong land, then, if that's the case. That is a pretty strong land if that was the case, because if this person doesn't have much production history and they managed to land the role of Zelda with Nintendo, it's pretty good. Benjamin most recently appeared alongside Bryan Cranston in Everything Is Going to Be Great and had a run on Son of Critch lasting 52 episodes. All right, so he's got He's got way more history. The comments from fans were positive, with one user writing, "They look amazing. I'm so happy you guys cast original and young actors. I can't wait." In June, Nintendo delayed The Legend of Zelda movie, pushing it back to May 7th. This date is being stuck to per the latest update from Shigeru Miyamoto. So again, no mention of the, backlash, or no mention of the trans shit, because people, they're obviously going to want to stay away from it now because they tried to make it real. A lot of these website outlets tried to make that story real. Insider Gaming was another one that reported on it potentially being Hunter Schafer. Pretty much everybody in the mainstream outlets reported it on being Hunter Schafer, and every single one of them were wrong. And it was so obvious that they were wrong. So, but in any case, this is where we're at. And I guess we're going to see what happens from here. Again, I have, it's sad, but I have literally zero interest to watch a live action Zelda. That's nothing against the movie. The movie could end up being amazing. Don't get me wrong. Just me personally, I don't have the desire to see a live action Zelda. It's not something that I really thought of in my mind. Like, oh, it's a must have. I have to see it right now. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Sanguine says, who's dropping 10K so Hypno can buy the Gundam? Bro, I wish I made that bet with someone. Smash JT. He's got the money. I could take it. Definitely. Okay, let's move on. We're going to move away from the Zelda nonsense, but that was such a bullshit. I swear to God, I'm so glad it's over. I was so tired of seeing the social media posts for Hunter Schafer from accounts that were obviously baiting reactions. You know what I mean? It's so gay. Here's an interesting story. So there is a YouTuber that is currently in very, very hot legal water. In this story, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because this has to do with third-party gaming handhelds, right? So you guys know those third-party gaming handhelds that have all the emulated games on it? You guys know those? They usually sell them on Amazon for like, I don't know, $50, $60, something like that. So this YouTuber apparently could go to jail for reviewing third-party gaming handhelds that have those kind of video games on there, which is very, very interesting, because then it makes you wonder, how can they even sell those? How can they even sell those third-party handhelds? An Italian YouTuber who is known for reviewing various gaming handhelds could be facing jail time for doing just that. Retro gaming YouTuber Once Were Nerd has taken to the platform to reveal that he is being investigated by the Italian government for the promotion of pirated, copyrighted games. That's crazy. The fucking Italian government is after this man. According to Once Were Nerd, on April 15th, members from the Guardia di Finanza, a militarized law enforcement agency in Italy under the authority of the Ministry of Economy and Finance, showed up with a search warrant. Jesus fuck. Wow. Complying with their orders, the agency seized over 30 handheld gaming systems and his phone. He even showed the agency his conversations with the various manufacturers of the handhelds. God, dude. Do I smell Nintendo somewhere? Is Nintendo involved in this at all? I gotta wonder. The devices in question appear to be third-party gaming handhelds from companies like Anberdic, Go Retroid, and others that usually ship with ROMs of various games that are often pirated from publishers like Nintendo and Sony. So, okay, so this is exactly the handhelds that I was thinking of. So my thing is like, okay, why are you going after the YouTuber? Right? Why are you going after the YouTuber? If you have the companies that made it, Anberdic, Go Retroid, and others, if you have the companies that made it, why are you going after the YouTuber? You're acting like the YouTuber is the one that was making this stuff. No, they're reviewing a product that is being sold legally on certain websites right now that you haven't even taken down yourselves. So if you haven't taken it down, then why are you? I don't understand. Why the fuck are you going after him? That doesn't make any sense. There are hundreds of YouTubers reviewing this stuff. You think he's the only one that's reviewing handheld third-party title like that? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? He said that he's accused of promoting copyrighted material via social media, which under Article 171 tier of Italian copyright law is illegal in the country. However, he says none of his handheld reviews were sponsored by the company, nor did he include any sort of affiliate links to the products He claims they were impartial reviews of an available product with no intent to promote copyrighted games themselves. Yeah, I would agree with that. Should the investigation move forward and Once Word Nerd be officially charged, he could face up to 3 years of jail time and fines of up to 30 million Italian lira. In the meantime, Once Word Nerd was to have to await for an update on the investigation while dealing with the risk of the Guardia di Finanza have all of his... Holy shit, man. Wait. All his channels could be shut down? What a fucking disaster. Are you serious? What? That's crazy. Wait, how is this even allowed? I mean, listen, I don't know the Italian government. I'm not going to pretend like I know any of that shit, right? But there has to be something here that just doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, right? Because there are so many other YouTubers that are reviewing the same exact handhelds. Some of them have affiliate links. Some of them have actual like Amazon links. How the fuck is this man being targeted and then getting all his channels taken down, potentially? In the meantime, Once Word Nerd has to wait for an update on the investigation while dealing with the risk of them having all of his channels shut down. That's crazy shit, man. I can't. So, I mean, listen, at this point, this story is probably going to go crazier as more people pick up on it. He was definitely targeted. I agree with that, Clown. He was definitely targeted. Somebody's going after him. I don't know who. Somebody reported him, obviously. Unless the Italian government is just randomly watching gaming review YouTubers, which I highly doubt that. They would have to have been tipped off by someone or some company. He must have made somebody upset. I don't know who, but they definitely are targeting him for whatever reason. And what they're trying to do is they're probably trying to make him into an example. They're trying to make him into an example for everybody else that is doing it in that country to basically stop. They're going to turn him into an example. But that is a crazy story. Well, I guess we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna follow up with that. I'm gonna look into more as more comes out. Who's the YouTuber? So the YouTuber is where's the name at? Once Word Nerd. Once Word Nerd. This is his video here. But obviously, you know, it's in Italian, so you got to use the subtitles. Once Word Nerd is a YouTuber. If you want to go check it out, you're more than welcome to. All right, let's get to the next topic. We got WUCHANG. So I want to just check this out really quick together. I have not looked at it yet, but I'm curious what the specs are for this game, considering that we just recently got the specs for Tales of the Shire, that absolutely terrible PS2 looking game that apparently, in order to do 1080p 60, needs a 3060 Ti in order for it to happen, 16 gigs of RAM and an i5 processor in order to play a PS2 game. I'm curious to see what the specs are for this game, to see if what we got going on here. So let's scroll down. All right, so the minimum specs, here we go. The minimum specs for WUCHANG Fallen Feathers. Intel Core i5, AMD Ryzen 5 1600, 16 gigs of RAM. That is literally the exact same amount of RAM that is required to play Tales of the Shire. A graphics card of an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or an AMD RX 580 8 gigs. So it needs a slightly better graphics card. Think about that. This game needs a slightly better graphics card than Tales of the Shire does in order for it to run at minimum settings. Are you fucking kidding me? I had people that were in my comments that were literally attacking me. I'm not even kidding, bro. It was hilarious. They were attacking me and they were like, oh, the specs aren't that bad. You just got a shitty computer. Stop complaining. I'm like, bro, I got a 4090. What the fuck are you talking about? 128 gigs of RAM, 4090. What do you guys just talk out your asses? You don't even know what you're fucking talking about. But they were literally coping and seething. They were coping unbelievably about me just like criticizing the specs. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't need this level of rig in order to do 1080p 60. And they're like, oh, most players aren't going to play 4K. I wasn't even talking about 4K. I'm talking about 1080p 60. Like 1080p 60. What are we talking about? Anyway, so DirectX 12, obviously, storage 60 gigs. Let me see. Okay, so recommended. Okay, here we go. So they recommend what? No way. So they recommend Intel Core i7 or a Ryzen 5 5500, 16 gigs of RAM. Bro, they recommend an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 2070. That's it. 2070. What? Oh my God, dude. So Tales of the Shire requires a better graphic. Oh my God, bro. Have you guys seen WUCHANG? Have you seen WUCHANG? Think about that. Oh, I'm not saying it's bad for this game. I think this is great for this game. That's crazy, bro. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. AMD Radeon. Well, they need a better processor though, so that's the thing. This game needs a better processor than Tales of the Shire, but it needs a lesser graphics card. So it goes to show, right? Because I think Tales of the Shire needed an i5, I believe. Let me see. Hold on. Let me Tales of the Shire PC spec. Let me see if I can bring it back up really quick. Let me see. You know what's so funny? PC Gamer was trying to say that Tales of the Shire requires a light amount of specs, which is crazy. They're the only ones saying that. Okay, so we got. This is interesting. So this game is requiring a GTX 2070 or an AMD Radeon RX 5700, right? Whereas Tales of the Shire is requiring a 3060 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX 6750. But it only requires an i5 processor. Why the fuck does this game need a better graphics card than WUCHANG? Like what world do we live in? What world do we live in right now? How is this even possible? Hold on, let me bring this back up. Wait, give me a second. This is crazy. And again, all the typical shit, 60 gigs, we already know that. 16 gigs of RAM. This is amazing. Oh, there's a typo in the article. How do you know that? It's RTX, not GTX, but still. Yeah, but still, bro. How is it that Tales of the Shire is even relatively close graphically in terms of being graphically demanding? How is it anywhere close? How is it anywhere close to a game like WUCHANG? I don't know, bro. So anyway, that's the specs. For those of you who are curious about playing this game, it really doesn't require that crazy of a computer at all. It's a pretty bare bone, to be honest with you. You could run this on a mid to lower mid tier PC. It doesn't say for what graphics though. Let me see. It doesn't say whether or not it's for like 1080p 60. I don't think anyway. I don't see anything about 1080p 60 or whatever. So I'm going to imagine it's probably 1080p 60, but it could be 1080p 30. TJAP says we are still 212 away from tier 1. Damn, we're getting felted. All right, thanks, TJAP. Can you run it on a toaster? Probably. WUCHANG's going to be awesome. I think so. I think it's going to be great. You guys want to see something funny? Since we're on the topic of WUCHANG, let me show you something. This is what I deal with every day, bro. This is like the level of retardation, bro. Crazy. So check out this comment I got. I uploaded a clip on Hypnotic Gaming Live, right? Talking about WUCHANG. Because remember yesterday we were talking about WUCHANG and how excited we were for the game and how we're looking forward for the game and everything like that. This is the shit I got to deal with every day, bro. Look at this. This fucking person commented on that WUCHANG video. And they said, wow, sounds like you are a hater. I'm so hyped for this game. I'm into all Souls-like games. Liza P is my favorite. I believe this WUCHANG will be same or better as Liza P. Could be game of the year.
Holy shit.
Bro, this is what I mean when people don't watch the video, bro. They don't watch the video. I don't understand how with the title and the thumbnail, where I'm literally praising WUCHANG in the title and the thumbnail, how you got in your mind that I'm a hater. That's a bot? Oh, no, it's not. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. You want to know why I don't think so? Because I get that all the time. I get that all the time. It's insane. I was blown away. I was like, you didn't watch the video at all. You didn't watch the video at all. What are you doing? Community manager for the game? That's a really bad community manager then if that's the case. It's not a bot, it's a retard. Exactly. Exactly. Might as well be a bot. Yeah, I suppose. But retard and bot is probably the same thing these days. Okay, let's talk about Mortal Kombat. So, I cannot show you this unless it's officially released on YouTube. Does anybody know if the Mortal Kombat trailer has been officially released on YouTube or if it's still just leaked right now? Does anybody know if it's been officially put on YouTube? IGN released a teaser. Okay, let me see. If that's true, then I can go over this. I'm going to check right now. Because if it's still just a leak, then I can't show you it. Because then they'll copyright strike me. The piece of shit. IGN posted it. Perfect. Let's do this. We're gonna use them. Okay, so the Mortal Kombat 2 teaser trailer has leaked online ahead of its initial release. It was supposed to come out in 24 hours, I believe. And somebody pulled the Grand Theft Auto and leaked it ahead of time. So we're going to watch it together and see what's going on. This is apparently the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. We'll see what's going on here. I haven't seen it yet. Let's play it. Here we go. The volume's up. Let's go.
From New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage, Hard to Cage, and Rebel Without a Cage.
Hey, yo, pause. Hard to Cage? Hard to... Pause, man. Pause. Clown says this is a Johnny Cage teaser. Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. But still, we can check it out. This is obviously like trying to be a parody.
Comes Uncaged Fury. Starring Johnny Cage.
Let's go.
It's showtime. They pissed him off.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Duke Nukem. That's what this reminds me of, Duke Nukem, man. Where I miss this kind of stuff. I miss this kind of like what do you call it? Fucking just the overall aesthetic of like 80s. I know it's not going to be like this. I know it's being a parody, but still, I miss this stuff. I miss this shit. Exactly. Stuck in the 80s. It's so good, man. It's so good. Like Police Academy. Yes, exactly. I miss it.
They fucked with his shades.
They fucked with his shades.
They should have brought more guys.
You should have brought more guys.
90s? You think this is 90s? I don't think this is 90s at all. Like I feel like the music and the overall aesthetic is 80s, late 80s. I don't think it's 90s. You can tell by the music alone, I feel like it's 80s. Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Uncaged Fury. Coming to a theater near you.
That's so ridiculous. So this is what got leaked online. Obviously, it's like a fucking parody and shit. But we're going to see what I guess the real deal is pretty soon. We'll see what the real deal is, but this is hilarious, man. Uncaged Fury is hilarious, and it brings me back. Even like the old school text. God, man, it just brings me back to that time. So good. So good. We'll see what else happens, though. We'll see what else happens from here. But it's hilarious. And if you look, when he counters the rocket, he actually hits the tip of the rocket in the back to make it change direction to hit the fucking helicopter. Right here. He hits it. It's going down. He hits it to make it go.
Uncaged Fury.
Unbelievable. All right, let's get to the next topic. That's your Mortal Kombat 2 teaser. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck for it. That would be gay. That'll be very gay. Okay. We are now going to cover the 3 main topics. That was all the fast topics I had for the day. So let us catch up on Super Chats, and then we will get into the 3 main topics of the day as we drag our feet to tier 1. Where are we at? We got John Bon Zombie. Yo, 12 months. The man hit 12 months of legendary status. Fucking awesome, dude. Shout out to John Bon Zombie. He says, hey, forget about it. Shout out to you, man. 12 months of legendary status. Thank you, bro. Then we got Raptor Kratos with a 2C. McDuggins could save his life. Fair. I'll give you that. We got Snooty Mims saving the day over on Rumble. And he says, hail, Hypnotic. Hey, Right Guy is back. Rumble chat has great people with great character. Character does matter. Rumble also has great mods. Hail, Rumble, hail, chat. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Snooty Mims. Fucking legend. Let's see. We got 2 others. Hold on. Damn, Rumble made me skip 2. Hold on. Slay every game for $1. No Legend of Zelda echoes of dick print. Oh my god. Holy shit. This man said Legend of Zelda. Oh my god, man. Legend of Zelda echoes of dick print. God damn, man. And at least McDuggins went out of this world as a world heavyweight champion. I agree with that, Slay every game. I agree with that. He sure did. And you have the proof of it. And then we got Deadeye's Lock for $1. My coworker at work hit me with this joke. Why are black people good at basketball? Because they know how to steal, shoot, and run. Dude, I've heard that a million times, bro. I've heard that a million times. Tell your coworker to get to catch up on like 10 years, 15 years of internet. Got to play catch up. Shout out to Deadeye's Lock for $1. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And shout out to Studio Mims again. I appreciate you as well. Okay. Hold on. We got one more, I think. Ali Kusanagi with 14 months of legendary status. He said the 80s definitely had all the best stuff. I don't know if it's all the best stuff, but I think it's a lot of good shit. There's a lot of good shit from the 80s. A lot of the most memorable movies came from the 80s. But there's a lot of good shit in the 90s too, man. There just is. You know what's sad though? So many, we used to define our entire existence by like the decade we were in. You have the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and every single one of them, you can tell just by looking at it, right? But now, these days, over the last, 15, 20 years, there really isn't too much of an identity too much anymore. The identity per decade kind of died off, and now it's just like, what problems happened during the decade, People aren't remembering the good times. They're remembering like the bad shit that happened in the decade. So, but hey, it is what it is, man. 80s and 90s rule. 80s is the best for sure. But that's my opinion. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much for the insane support. We are 200 some odd away from tier 1. Let's try to make it happen. I would hate to lose both streaks while the trust fund kids are watching. Let's go down to the video. Let's see. What are we going to do first? We're going to do Dead Take. Let's do Dead Take. We got Abubakar Salim's brand new game, man. We got to cover this. We got to cover this, man. You guys remember this? You guys remember this game? What's up, Jay? How you doing, bro? So Abubakar Salim has been working on a brand new game. I've known about it for a very, very long time. He's been messaging me about it. every now and then and trying to ask for advice and stuff on promotional material and whatnot. And we just have been having conversations about it. But Dead Take is going to be a horror game. And it is one of the first games, if not the first game, that is being released or published by Power World Studios. Okay? So this is actually going to be an interesting one. Okay, it's Power World Studios. Obviously, you guys know it's Power World, but that's their publishing sector that they made. And this is the first game that they're publishing, to my knowledge. So we're going to check it out because he finally, after releasing like 1 million teasers, he finally released the trailer. But inside the trailer is one of Smash JT's favorite people. Oh, yeah. One of Smash JT's favorite people is in this particular video game. So we're going to talk about it. Hopefully, I don't get copyright striked for looking at, this person in the trailer because for some reason, YouTube likes to ban people by even talking about this person. This is his first horror game. Yes, this is his first horror game. This is the second game after Tales of Kinzaru, and it's his first horror game. So we're going to talk about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a brand new video game that is being worked on by Surgeon Studios. If you don't remember who Surgeon Studios is, that is a studio that created Tales of Kinzaru. That video game was worked on by both Abubakar Salim, obviously the guy in charge of the studio, and Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with that original game as well for narrative consultation, for whatever that reason may be. And it caused so much backlash and so much drama that it resulted, unfortunately, in Tales of Kinzaru not being as successful as it could have been. That's always been my thought. It's always been my opinion about it. Now, I played Tales of Kinzaru, not a bad game. It's not really for me. I've always said that, but I didn't think it was a bad game. It's pretty much just slightly above average at this point. But he's working on a brand new game that is more my style, and that is a horror game. So Dead Take is a horror game being made by Surgeon Studios, and it's one of the first games that is going to be released and published by Power World Studios. Because remember, Power World made a publishing sector of their company after they got all that money from the success of Power World, and this is going to be their first rodeo that they're releasing. And I'm curious because, again, I love horror games. I'm very much into horror games, and it's going to be very interesting. But one thing that I find funny is that there is an actress that is in this particular game that, a certain Smash JT has gotten in trouble with, and that is Alana Pierce. Alana Pierce is actually in this game, which I find to be pretty funny. So we're going to go over it. We're going to check it out. So Surgeon Studios, the team behind Tales of Kinzaru, has revealed the imminent release date for their all-new psychological horror game called Dead Take. It's coming much sooner than you think, launching exclusively on PC. Now, this is interesting that this game is coming out exclusively on PC. I find that to be very interesting because the first game that they worked on, Tales of Kinzaru, was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, a Game Pass game. Either Game Pass or EA Play Pro. I don't remember. It was one of those two. But it was available for free on another service, which a lot of people obviously would think would hinder sales of a game like that. But really, it was SBI's involvement. Now, I don't have any news over whether or not SBI is involved in this new game. I have zero clue. I want to say I doubt it, only because obviously Power World Publishing, I don't think they utilize any consultancy of any kind. I don't think they ever do that. So I'm not sure. But again, they're not the ones making it. They're only the ones publishing it. But I believe they do have partial funding involved in this game. So they're obviously incentively tied to it to some extent. As one of the first titles to be published by Pocket Pair's new label, Dead Take emerges as a poignant time, especially considering the game's subject matter. In a statement, Surgeon Studios' Abubakar Salim revealed, it has been a chance for the actors involved to bleed out the darkness they've experienced in the industry. So this is going to be one of those, like trauma dumps. It's going to be like a psychological horror trauma dump where all these people in the industry are going to bleed out their problems. So immediately I'm a little bit sus about the potential of this game. But depending on how it's made creatively, it might be good. It might not be good. It all depends. It all depends. All I know is that if Alana Pierce shows her knees, we cannot play the game at all. YouTube is going to censor us and basically ban us from existence. We cannot look at Alana Pierce's knees. That is not acceptable. So Dead Take will be released on July 31st. It's coming out very soon, exclusively on Steam and Epic Games. From Surgeon Studios and Pocket Pair Publishing comes this all-new radical horror title. Here's a short blurb about Dead Take. Find your missing friend, uncover the secrets within, brave a luxurious and haunting mansion in Dead Take, a first-person psychological horror crafted by Surgeon Studios. Night falls and he still won't pick up the phone. You arrive at the mansion. The last place he went is oddly quiet for the sight of a glamorous party. The night before, your invite must have gotten lost in the mail. In any case, you make your way inside to find your friend. Actors have to look out for each other in this industry. So let's see what's going on with this particular video game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to YouTube. We're going to watch the full trailer, and you're going to leave your opinion in the comments down below what you think about this game, and I'm going to tell you what I think when I watch the trailer. I have not seen it yet. So let's see what we got going on. Here we go. Let's check this out really quick. Hold on. I feel like this is gonna be a massive trauma dump for people in the industry, but let's find out. Volume's up. Here we go.
Finny, get out of there, please. Just answer your fucking phone. I'm outside Duke's place. I'm outside. I'm coming for you.
So far, graphically speaking, looks pretty decent. At least the environments anyway looks decent.
Duke doesn't just make
Definitely
movies.
a massive upgrade compared to Tales of Gonzarazao. This looks nothing like Tales of Gonzarazao. So I wonder where he got the money from. I'm telling you, I think Pocket Pair invested a lot of money into this game in order to make it happen. Because I don't think he got that money from Tales of Gonzara, in my opinion. But we'll see, especially since he had to lay off people at his studio after Tales of Gonzarazao flopped. I don't know where he got the money from. I gotta imagine it's Pocket Pair.
He creates worlds.
Definitely looks like Unreal Engine 5.
Nothing escapes him.
Vinny, do you know how important this is?
You look delicious.
They're going to be doing the whole like Alan Wake thing where they're going to be trying to utilize real actors in combination with gameplay to try to create like something from it. So that's how it seems anyway.
No, stop. Come on.
Miss King, do you need any water?
No, let's just hurry this up.
Wow, you look delicious.
Let's just hurry this up.
And the way he pushes his.
Oh, I see what they're doing. You see what they're doing? I see what they're doing. They're trying. This is going to be all about like the perception of online videos. Basically, it's going to be like you're splicing and cutting up footage and putting out a false narrative out there with that particular footage. Very, very interesting. I see what's going on here.
He is sculpting them into something.
Oh shit! There it is. Wait, go back. Hold on.
And the way he pushes his
right? No
actors.
knees. Oh God, no knees, man. Thank God. We are good. We are safe, and we can react to this without YouTube taking us down. Holy crap, man! What does this woman even do? How is she getting these roles and stuff? Like, what does she even do? In any case, whatever. Abubakar Salim is using her for whatever reason. It's probably two really big reasons, but anyway.
He is sculpting them into something bigger than themselves.
Ooh, handgun.
I will do anything for this role. There's a party, Vinny, which I'd love for you to attend.
The magnum opus of the great genius Duke Kane.
Are you trying to fuck up my career?
Please tell me that you were not always like this.
No one tells you how fucking hard it is, things you have to sacrifice.
This is me taking my shot.
I gotta be honest with you, it looks kind of semi-interesting. It does actually look semi-interesting. I like this whole psychological shit, but I feel like it takes a lot to really tell a good psychological horror story, and I'm just not sure of their capability to tell that story. That's my only concern. You know what I mean? Because it truly takes a lot. It really does. Like, you guys know we're playing Death Stranding right now on Griffcast, and that's not a psychological horror game per se, but it definitely is a psychological game. It fucks with your head consistently over and over and over again in all the best ways, where you're constantly asking, like, what the hell is happening? This is insane. I don't know if it's going to happen here. I hope it does. I really do, because graphically speaking, it looks fantastic. It definitely looks like it's going to present well, but in terms of play well and story-wise, I'm not sure yet. That's going to have to be just, review the game and check it out myself. Exactly. Smash JT said it perfectly in the chat. He said, it looks like it has potential, but it has a high likelihood of being super cheesy. And I would agree with that. Hey, she was finally credited. Finally, she was finally credited. You got Sam Lake in this. Bro, why is Sam Lake and Alana Pierce like always in the same shit? What is going on here?
This industry, it never lets you go, darling.
So listen, I think it does look interesting. I can't sit here and lie to you. I think it does look interesting only because I'm a little bit more lenient towards your your typical like psychological horrors and stuff like that. I'm very into things like that. I think graphically it looks great. There are certain, like, this was kind of cheesy, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I could see what they were trying to go with the whole splicing footage. So I see that, where you could see like kind of like the gameplay. You could take two different pieces of footage, splice it together, and make something that obviously wasn't the original video. I see what they're trying to do. This seems to be more focused about actors than game developers. I don't think they're going to be having game developers do trauma dumping on this particular game. I think it has 100% to do with actors. So we'll see how that works out. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sold like I wish I was. But am I reviewing it? Yeah, I am going to review it. I'm definitely going to review it. I'm going to check it out because I think it's interesting enough. And I'm more curious about whether or not SBI is involved with this one. I don't think I'm ever going to get that answer until I see the credits roll. So we're going to have to review the game and wait for the credits to roll to see whether or not SBI is involved. But I guess we'll see from there. We'll see. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about this. What do you think about the game overall? Did it look interesting enough for you to potentially check out? Or is it something that you're just going to wait until it goes on super sale or just not even pick up at all? Whatever that may be, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider giving me a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, at this point, you just got here. I don't even know what this is about. It's a new psychological horror game from Surgeon Studios, and this is also going to be Pocket Pair's first ever published game. I think I saw somebody in the chat say they don't know what they see in Abubakar. And to be honest with you, I can't answer that. I really don't know. I do know that the guy is very driven. I think that's pretty obvious. You could see that. But whether or not that leads to something that's a good product, it just depends. It just depends. Smash AT says, I should be finishing up Celebrate around that time. Smash JT says he says he's gonna finish a game. Smash JT said he's gonna finish a game. Oh man, that's a good one. That's the best joke I've heard. That's the best fucking joke I've heard. The caucasity of Smash JT thinking that he is going to finish Stellar Blade. That's crazy, bro. Come on, Smash. You know you're not beating the final boss, bro. You know you're not even going to beat the boss rush mode. Come on. Come on. You going to fight Scarlet? Are you going to fight Scarlet, Smash? Come on, man. Come on. You might as well just play. You might as well just play this game. I'm just fucking with Smash, man. I'm sorry. That was too easy. That was too easy of a joke. I had to get in there. I had to get in there, man. That's what I said about Expedition 33. Listen, Expedition 33 is easy mode compared to Stellar Blade, some of Stellar Blade's hardest bosses. Seriously. I want to see you fight Raven and Scarlet. He can one-shot... What? He can one-shot Scarlet? Okay. Okay. I will bet $5,000 he doesn't one-shot Scarlet. Yep. I will donate it right to his defense fund. But he's not going to do that. Because he won't give me $5,000. He says I need that money. Oh, man. I need that money. I just do. I just do. All right, let's get to the next one, man. We'll catch up on Super Chats. Where we at? We're getting felted. This is Smash JT Struggle Buzz. That's how it feels, man. Holy shit, what's happening? What's happening? Let's start off on Rumble. Where's Rumble? What Rumble? You awake? Rumble, you awake? Where's Rumble? Dead Eyes Lock says, you know who else for $1 could look and take Alana's knees like a champ? George Floyd. Wow. 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 Nice. Nice one. Snooty Mims. Snooty Mims with a 5. MK2 looks promising as long as it doesn't have that lefty crap in the game. Fair. Fair enough. We shall see. Hold on. Where are we at? Let's go over on YouTube. We got Beach Hill Lurker with a 2. Alana likes to get pierced. LOL. Hypno rocks. Shout out to Beach Hill Lurker. Thank you, man. Thank you. As long as she didn't show her knees. Thank God, man. I actually have to listen. I have to message Abubakar and I have to tell him, please, for the love of God, make sure there is not a single moment in this game where Alana Pierce shows her knees, because if that happens, every stream is going to get taken down. Unless it's a stream from like a leftist streamer, then it won't get taken down. But every stream otherwise of this game will get taken down the moment Alana Pierce shows her knees. We can't have that, man. We can't have that. Smash JT. Wow, look at this guy. Smash JT throwing out a little bit of money because I need money. I just do. As a trust fund kid, according to the name of my bank. Smash JT gives 5 hypnotic members. You know what? For Smash JT, I'm going to give him his favorite clip. Smash JT with the 5 membership banger. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's helping us get a little bit closer to tier 1, but we're still pretty far. Flip Shazam with a 2. He says, don't ever apologize for busting Smash's balls. Fair. And then we got Pay It Forward 42 over on Rumble, becoming a member all on his own over there. Shout out to Pay It Forward for becoming a member. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. What a fucking legend. We got another one over on Rumble, another red guy over on Rumble. Thank you. They're green over here on YouTube and they're red on Rumble. It's great. Demon Carol for a 2. Just make the bet for the Gundam. Smash is not going to buy me an $8,000 Gundam, and he's definitely not going to pay $4,000 to ship it. Because he would definitely lose the bet. There's no doubt about it. He would lose the bet, and then he's going to have to buy the Gundam, and I'll never hear the end of it, and his wife will kill me. His wife will be the one that will find me and kill me. So, no thank you. The weirdos are freaking out about the Zelda casting. I know, we covered it. They're losing their mind. You know why? Because they bought into the hype. They bought into the hype, and they genuinely believed that Hunter Schafer was being considered for the role. Nobody at Nintendo even knew who the fuck Hunter Schafer was in any scenario to even care about considering him for the role of Zelda. Nobody considered him for the role of anything. Literally nothing. But they bought into it. They believed it. So it is what it is. And what happens when they realize the reality is not what they thought it was? They melt down every time. Every time. We got Vardamus. Holy shit. Vardamus joining the 5 membership train. Thank you so much, Vardamus. What an absolute legend. I appreciate that. You know what, Vardamus? Since you've been killing it, I'm also going to give you the best clip ever. Shout out to Vardamus. Thank you so much for the 5 memberships. I appreciate that. You are a absolute legend. You're the very best. Thank you, man. And then we got Bud with the $5 super sticker. Shout out to Bud. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Bud is a legend. Bud is a fucking legend, man. All right. Are we caught up? We are caught up everywhere. Yes, we are. All right, let's get into the next topic, boys. Let me X out of this dead take stuff. So yeah, I mean, you know what? Out of curiosity, hold on. Before I X out of dead take, hold on. Before I X out of dead take, let me just see what we got in terms of Steam performance, Steam interest. Okay. So as of right now, this game, no price listed. Wait. Why don't they have a price listed when the game is coming out very soon? The game is coming out in literally a couple of weeks. Why is there no price listed? It had 140 followers up until the trailer released, or a little bit shortly before that, actually. No, the trailer released, I think, today or yesterday, so it really didn't grow that much. It's only got 561 followers on Steam. I don't know if this game is going to do very well, to be honest with you. I don't know if this game is going to do very well. Yeah, the game comes out in a couple of weeks, Smash. That's why, like, when you were like, you're going to beat the game before the game comes out, I was like, you sure about that? You sure about that? Tuco with a 5. Wait till Zelda is actually a Zelda movie and not a woke piece of crap. They crash out on the left will be glorious. True. You know what's crazy? So they're getting double felted, right? Because Zelda is actually going to be a girl and Link is actually going to be a boy. Because if you guys remember, the woke are trying to convince everybody that Link is a trans icon. So they're trying to convince everybody that Link is trans. So if Link turns out to be a natural boy and Zelda turns out to be a natural girl, they get double fucked. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be very ugly. Okay, let's get to the next topic, boys. We're going to be talking about Metal Gear Solid Delta, a game that I'm looking very much forward to. Metal Gear Solid Delta. The reason why we're bringing this up is because the developer that's making Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is Virtuos, which is a developer that always does like remasters, remakes. They're the ones who were in charge, relatively anyway, of the Oblivion remaster. They're the ones who are in charge of it. Well, it doesn't really matter how successful it seems like these studios could or could not be, because regardless, they're still being hit with layoffs. And it's amazing how it's so many studios that are tied to Game Pass, to day one Game Pass. It's so interesting to me, right? So interesting. All of these studios that are tied to day one Game Pass are laying off people, and they all claim that their games were successful. Every single one of them claimed their games were successful for the most part. Even South at Midnight tried to run PR that the game was successful. Look at that studio. You know, so Virtuos, I know for a fact that Virtuos does make money. They do make money, but they're still firing people anyway. So it's a little bit sus, you know, it's a little bit sus. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over it, see their statements, and see what's going on with this. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Game Pass is doing great according to Microsoft. I don't know. It just seems, there seems to be a you know, a little bit of a commonality there. But again, it's not all Game Pass. Oh my God, I fucked that up. Game Pass. It's not all Game Pass. There are studios out there that are not tied to Game Pass. There are, in fact, laying off people. There's layoffs everywhere. But I'm just saying the biggest layoffs for the year by far, by a long shot, were Xbox Game Pass studios. Or just Xbox in general. It's just interesting. Microsoft in general. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so Metal Gear Solid Delta is a video game that I am looking forward to heavily. Because as a major fan of Metal Gear Solid 3, I am an uber fan of this game, and I just love the idea of a properly done remake. The only thing that worries me is obviously the lack of involvement with Hideo Kojima. That is a big missing factor that's going to make me question the entire game up until release, until I finally get my hands on it. But apparently, no matter how successful a studio can claim to be, it doesn't seem to save them from layoffs. And if you guys don't know who Virtuos is the same exact studio that remade Oblivion Remastered, right? Which is one of the more successful games that we have seen come out in recent time that is also tied to Game Pass. But a lot of these studios that are tied to Xbox and tied to Game Pass seem to be suffering layoffs, no matter how successful they've been trying to convince you their games have been over the last few months to the last couple of years. So Virtuos is apparently being hit with layoffs, and it's apparently not a small number. Virtuos, the studio behind Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered and Metal Gear Solid Delta, is being hit with mass layoffs. First reported by Gauthier Andres, 300 people, or 7% of the company's workforce, are set to be let go across various locations in the United States, Asia, Europe, and 3 branches in France. 300 people are going to be losing their jobs. So almost 10% of the company's workforce. This is a pretty big number for a company like this. And you have to wonder, why is that happening, right? Why is this happening? They have had successful games. There is no doubt that Oblivion Remastered is 100% a successful game. But some of the things you have to remember is that they have to share that money many which ways through, right? They have to share that money a little bit with Bethesda. They have to share that money, obviously, with Steam, because a lot of the sales came from Steam. They have to share that money. They get 30% taken from Steam right off the bat. So even though the game seemed like it was a pretty big success, I don't know if it was a big enough success to be able to prevent something like this. On top of their other games that they've released as well have been pretty good, but not exactly super big hitters, right? So no matter what, Xbox, Game Pass, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, all these companies are trying to convince you, more so Sony and Xbox, because Nintendo, they're not really going to lay people off. It's against their culture, really, in Japan. They'd rather try to force you to quit. But Sony and Xbox, they are constantly, every single day, trying to convince you and their investors that their companies are super profitable, right? Xbox Phil Spencer said that they have received the most revenue, the most players, the most everything that they have ever had. They are at the peak. They are at the highest they've ever been. And yet, for some reason, they're firing thousands upon thousands of people. So at some point, you have to wonder, is it really the truth, or is this just a complete lie? But in any case, Andres says that the layoffs will initially target China, but will impact other areas as well. He added that regarding the successful Oblivion remaster, Virtuals had a policy of overspending on quality, along with a royalty-free contract. That contract had no bonuses tied to the game's success, likely leaving money on the... so that is a big problem. That is a big problem. So they had a royalty-free contract. That means that even if Oblivion Remaster was super successful, they will not accrue any royalties for that success. That's rough, right? That's rough. That contract had no bonuses tied to the game's success, so they left money on the table. The result, teams put under severe strain for a purely showcase game whose profitability is to be questioned, he said via translation. You gotta be stupid to have a contract that's royalty-free. You gotta be stupid. I mean, at this point, I think they just wanted to be the person who said that they remade Oblivion. I think that's what it is. I think they cared more about having that on their resume than they did actually making a ton of money from it. Because to have a contract like that on a game like Oblivion that you must know is going to be massively successful, my God, whoever was in the negotiating table for that particular situation, they failed. They failed miserably. You need a brand new negotiator if you negotiated that contract with Bethesda. That is terrible. But in any case, Virtuals put a freeze on raises along with a reduction in bonuses. So they're really hurting here, leading to questions from the staff to management regarding layoffs. Upon news of the layoffs, Andres said that a strike is taking place at Virtuals Leon to protest the layoffs and protect the future capacity of the branch. Okay, so hold on. Hold on. This is worse than I thought. So Virtuals is hurting so bad to the point where they're actually having strikes trying to fight against the layoffs, and they're freezing raises, reducing bonuses. The money is drying up. This is very interesting to me. It was also mentioned that the studio has been moving towards more generative AI use. Oh my God, here we go. So it seems like Microsoft's strategy of firing hundreds of employees and replacing them with AI is going to be something that's going to be incorporated by Virtuos as well. This is going to be a big problem, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge problem. Virtuos is probably firing these people thinking that they can replace them with AI. Whether that's true or not, I guess it's to remain to be seen. But it seems like that's going to be a big problem. In 1 year, we've got from a few group level presentations to basic but mandatory training for employees, a source told Andres. In addition to Elder Scrolls, Virtuals has been working on a support studio for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Insider Gaming has reached out to Virtuos for comment. Should a response be received, they'll be added to this story. So this company is not doing that well. And the reason why they're not doing that well, because they negotiated probably one of the worst contracts that I have ever heard of for a video game the size of Oblivion Remastered. I mean, think about that for a second. For those of you watching this video and watching live right now, think about what that means, right? I genuinely feel like Virtuals decided that it was in their best interest to do the game, even with a shitty contract like that, just because they wanted to showcase that they were the ones that did it, right? They even called it a showcase game, right? If you look here, it literally says that. They said that they called it a showcase game over anything else, and that is a big problem. Big problem. So that's their fault for doing that. That's their fault for, I guess, focusing more on showing off the fact that you worked on this game instead of actually trying to make money on this game. And I'm sure that even though the game was massively successful, they did not get the money for it. So it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. So again, this proves that no matter what the perception of success is, and no matter what the PR firms that work for these studios try to tell you, they'll tell you they're all successful. They literally all do. They tell you they're all successful. Every game that comes out on Game Pass, they tell you is successful. XYZ players engaged, all this nonsense. But the truth of the matter is they're lying to you most of the time. They just are. And the truth will always come out at some point because you can't escape this, right? The money has to come from somewhere. And if you're not getting subsidized like you were back in the day, then you have to be able to put up or shut up. And they just can't. Most of these studios cannot put up the way that they were doing before. So they're going to have to lay people off. And that's when everybody finds out the truth. It's always fake it till you make it. But if you can't make it, well, then you're fucked. That's basically it. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about this. I really hope it doesn't affect Metal Gear Solid Delta. If Virtuos is enacting more generative AI use, I have to wonder how much of it they might have used for Metal Gear Solid Delta. I was already a little bit sussed about Delta just because, again, like I said, no Hideo Kojima. This is not, this is not made from the same people who made Snake Eater initially. So this is just a remaster. And sure, you might think that might be easy if they just follow the original game, but we all know that's not how it works, unfortunately. So we'll see what ends up happening with Metal Gear Solid Delta and how this game is affected. I'm hoping it's not affected in any negative way. Pre-release press right now around the game says that it's good, but they do that for every game, so we really don't know. So we'll see what ends up happening. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what is going on and your thoughts for this particular game. Do you think Metal Gear Solid Delta is going to be affected? Or do you think everything is going to be perfectly fine with this game and we should be, good to go? Whatever that may be, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving me a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I don't know about this one, man. I think that Metal Gear Solid Delta is relatively going to be fine. And I say that very cautiously. I think it's relatively going to be fine. Especially since the majority of the game, I believe, is done. And the layoffs are happening after the fact. Right? So I'm sure these 300 people were involved in the development of Delta to some extent. And they're probably letting go of them now that the game is getting closer to release. When's this game come out? When does Metal Gear Solid Delta come out? Metal Gear Solid Delta comes out August 28th. So the game's coming out pretty soon. The game's coming out pretty soon in August. So I think that's what we're seeing here. I think we're seeing, the game's almost done. They don't need these people anymore, and they're probably letting them go. So I don't know if the game is going to be hurting from this, but I think whatever they make in the future is going to be hurting from this. Maybe not this right now, but I think in the future it absolutely will. Whatever game they might work on, whatever remaster they might work on, because that's what they specialize in. They specialize in remastering games. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But you guys can let me know what you're thinking here in the comments. Unless it was contract work. I don't think it was contract work. They don't make it sound like it was contract work. They make it sound like it was people that were there as, actual full-time developers, and they're just being laid off. Because if that was the case, why are they protesting? If it was contract work, why are they protesting? Why are they protesting contracted workers who are going to be laid off because they knew they were going to be laid off? They wouldn't be protesting it. If they're protesting it, that means they didn't see the layoffs coming. So I don't think it's contracted work at all. I think it's actual full-time developers, And And yes, I see what you guys are saying about the no Hideo Kojima. I know. If it's not Hideo Kojima, it's not a true Metal Gear Solid game. I know. It's never going to replace the originals. It's fucking impossible. You can go play the original Snake Eater right now and have a grand old time. You know? So we'll see. Europe is filled with protests right now. That is also true. It's a bit of a wild card. His body type would be body type 2. Oh my god. Probably trans solid state. Oh shit. All right, let's catch up on super chats. Where are we at, man? We got Vardamus with a 2. AAA hasn't learned a damn thing. Bloat then purge. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. At this point, it's pretty clear AAA is just going to continue doubling down some of these studios. Some of them are learning, don't get me wrong. There are studios out there that are absolutely learning, but there are some that just refuse to. And they're the ones that usually have the money to fuck around and find out still. But the ones that don't, they're learning really quick. Dragon with a 5, I think it's some tax write-off. I'm thinking, I know the USAID fund has ended. Also, venture capital might have ended. I'm sticking with my story. Maybe. It's possible. It's definitely possible. You never know. My steak is always solid. Jesus Christ, man. Seriously? Snake 1 or Snake 2? What's your body type, chat? What's your body type? Snake 1 or Snake 2? What's your body type? Pick it today. Anything in Rumble? Let me see. Rumble. Nothing on Rumble. Rumble fell asleep during that. Okay, I understand. All right, we're going to do the last story. This is big. This one is interesting for sure. Because it's a 2-part story. So stick with me for this one. T-Jab, how far are we from tier 1? Oh, never mind. We're 129 away from tier 1. All right, we're getting closer. Little by little, we're getting closer. Tier 2, I don't know, but tier 1, we should be fine. All right, let's get into this. This is important. So we got some Ubisoft news. This is a 2-part story, okay? First, we're going to talk about the introduction of a co-CEO format for the new subsidiary, which is so ironic that who they chose. We'll get into it. And then we're going to go over the internal memo that was leaked by Ubisoft. And I stand by my statements that I said in the last stream that it's insane how many leaks are happening right now in the gaming industry. I have never, in 3+ years doing this, seen this many leaks in half of a year compared to any full year before. There are so many leaks that are happening. It's crazy. So let's get into this and let's talk about this. Let me remove this. Hold on. Remove this. There we go. So like I said, we're going to talk about the co-CEOs, and then we're going to talk about the leaked memo that came out from someone inside of Ubisoft. Let's talk about this. Stream for ants? What? Why isn't what Hypno is showing up? Oh, no, it's showing up. Wait, Rumble's fucked up? What's wrong with Rumble? Rumble's not working? It should be working. Oh, it's working now? Okay, cool. All right, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had to bring down the other screen. It's because when I go video format, it always let me fix this. When I go video format, it always I have to like make myself full screen in order to look like I'm bringing up a window when I'm actually not. It's movie magic, all right? It's movie magic. Don't worry about it. All right, so let's talk about this. Let me just get a drink. Hold on one second. All right, let's do this, boys. Let's do this, and hopefully we can catch up after this. All right, so if you guys are not aware, there's been a recent announcement that happened with Ubisoft and their brand new subsidiary that you guys remember we talked about with Tencent. So I'll catch you up really quick. Tencent has invested 25% stake in a brand new subsidiary for the 3 main flagship games that Ubisoft once owned on their own. And now they have a 25% stake in those games, one of which is obviously Assassin's Creed. That is a main one. Far Cry is one of them. And then Rainbow Six is another one, right? So these franchises were basically hoarded out to Tencent, and Tencent invested over $1 billion to try to save Ubisoft for another couple of years. Well, now it's official, and it's been announced that the 2 co-CEOs, yes, they're going with 2 co-CEOs, the 2 co-CEOs for Ubisoft's new subsidiary is going to be Charlie Guillemot. Yes, the son of the current CEO, because that was a totally earned position. You want to talk about Nepo baby? That's a totally earned one. And Christoph Derenis, which I have no idea who this is, so we're going to get into it. So there's 2 brand new co-CEOs for the new subsidiary. And not only that, an internal memo has been leaked from inside of Ubisoft that we have to talk about, because this is a memo that was given out by the current CEO going over all the changes that are happening with the subsidiary. So we got a lot to talk about in this video. Buckle up, sit down, come along for the ride. It's going to be a lot. So Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, has officially announced in an internal memo to staff that its new subsidiary with Tencent will have Charlie Guillemot and Christophe Derenis as co-CEOs. In an email sent to staff and sent to Insider Gaming, Yves Guillemot says that the subsidiary with Tencent is part of Ubisoft's broader reorganization, which we will structure into creative houses. Now, just to keep in mind, when you talk about Yves Guillemot, his son has been involved with the company before. Okay, his son has been involved with Ubisoft in the past, so he's not a complete newbie to Ubisoft and how the company runs. It's just I find it interesting that he's bringing his son back after everything that happened with his son. He's choosing to bring him back anyway and become a thing again. Whatever. Anyway, it's one of those things where it's like pretty obvious that he was just thrown in there, but that's fine. I feel like Yves probably feels like he will have control more so over the subsidiary if his son was involved with it, which is why they're putting his son into a co-CEO position. But in any case, let's talk about it. With that in mind, I'm pleased to announce that Christophe Derenis and Charlie Guillemot will be the co-CEOs of this first creative house. The email continues. This honestly proves that this new subsidiary is not going to do anything for Ubisoft. They are repeating the same mistakes that got them to the position they were in, where they had to be saved by Tencent. They're in the same position. If you are using the same leadership that got you into the struggles you are in now, you are only going to repeat yourself in the next 5 years. You will be right back to where you are before you got bought out by Tencent 25%. While confusing at first, Yves implies further in the email that Ubisoft will soon be separated into multiple creative houses, which will be in charge of the different games and IPs within Ubisoft. It is currently unclear what these other creative houses entail and whether or not they'll be supported by Tencent or the companies. It's so weird, bro. Like, what are you, fucking Hogwarts? You're going to have 4 different houses? Announced in March 2025, the Ubisoft Tencent subsidiary saw Tencent fund $1.25 billion into it for a 25% stake into the company, making its valuation around $5 billion. The deal will see 3 popular Ubisoft IPs, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six, put into the new business, with Ubisoft studios located in Montreal, Quebec, Sherbrooke, Sanguinet, Barcelona, and Sofia. So in the internal email, Yves says that we will be able to share more details about the new structure by the end of September. So I want to look at the actual email and see if they have it here. Here is the full email as it reads. So stick with me. I'm going to read every word. It says, "Hello, everyone. I'm writing to you from the Montreal studio, of course you are, to officially announce the creation of the new subsidiary that has been discussed over the past few weeks. It felt important to me to be close to the teams and talents who contributed to the extraordinary rise of the incredible brands Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six, and who are at the heart of this new structure. This subsidiary is part of Ubisoft's broader reorganization, which we will structure into creative houses. It is the first in a new organizational ecosystem. I wanted a complementary duo at the head of this subsidiary, one that can ensure continuity at Ubisoft and embodies collaboration between generations." You see, this is the problem. He wants to ensure continuity at Ubisoft. You guys know what that means? You guys must know what that means, right? He wants to ensure that the power stays with the Guillemot family as much as humanly possible. So he puts his son as co-CEO in the company, which all this tells me is exactly what I said earlier in the video, is that they are going to ensure continuity from Ubisoft into the new subsidiary, meaning that all the mistakes they made in the past are going to continue on with the new subsidiary. All Tencent did was band-aid Ubisoft and allow them to continue the nonsense in the hopes that they get lucky. That's really it. They're hoping with the money from Tencent that they can get lucky and try their best to make a couple of more games and see if they can save their company. That's really it. That's literally all it is. But with that in mind, I'm pleased to announce that Christoph Deranis and Charlie Guillemot will be the co-CEOs of this first creative house. Christoph is well known to all of you for his extensive experience, his hands-on leadership, his role in developing the Montreal studio. Oh, he's going to be really woke then. Anything that comes out of Montreal is never good. Never good. In terms of creation and video games and whatnot, or even consultancy, like nothing good comes out of Montreal. A lot of the problems you see in modern day gaming in terms of ideology comes from somewhere in Montreal. It's kind of sad, but it's true. His impacts on the games that he created there, Charlie brings entrepreneurial spirit, a deep understanding of innovation dynamics, a passion for games that promises to help put players and their expectations at the heart of our approach, and of course, the family continuity he represents. That's what it's really about. That's all it's about. Their mission will be able to make these three brands global entertainment benchmarks across all platforms. This is complementary co-leadership design to reinforce focus and agility. Charlie will be responsible for the three brands, meaning their game content, their direction and development as brands, their marketing, and their commercial performance. The headquarters of the new entity will be based in France, with Charlie managing the relationship between France and Canada. Oh, my God. France and Canada are doing a fusion dance right now. Now, granted, they've always had these studios, so they've always been fused. But I'm just saying, like, they're doing another fusion dance. They're trying to become a powerful entity of fucking DEI. That's what it's going to be. France and Canada. What a combination. You can read more directly from Christoph and Charlie here. I am very proud and moved by this key milestone in Ubisoft's history. Just as we approach the company's 40th anniversary, it marks the beginning of a new future that reconnects with what makes Ubisoft a truly unique company, thanks to all of you. In terms of our collaboration with Tencent on the subsidiary, it will take the form of the one we can have with top-notch consultants. Oh, there it is. There it is. Top-notch consultants, baby. They have just announced the creation of a dedicated team for this mission. Oh, man. Christoph, Charlie, and their teams will benefit from Tencent's guidance and expertise, will remain fully autonomous to act on it or not. The Creative House's structure is one of the major outcomes of the transformation. Committees work, the pace is fast, and they are on track to meet their 100-day goal by the end of October. The objectives of reorganizing into Creative Houses are ambitious: to give more autonomy to teams, increase accountability, so that you can focus fully on creating outstanding games that we care about, that will shape our future, and that will make us proud. Our goal is to create coherent creative houses that each reflect the different types of gaming experiences within them. Our portfolio is diverse and vast. There it is. And the creative houses will help give it new meaning and human scale. By becoming closer to players, the creative houses will allow us to focus more on our games and on offering invigorating challenges for everyone. These creative houses will be autonomous and fully accountable for their commercial and business objectives. We'll be able to share more details about this new structure by the end of September. At the same time, to support the creation and proper functioning of these houses, 6 task forces have been set up. What the fuck are we... Seriously, is this a government agency? What is happening right now? 6 task forces have been set up: governance, performance management, core partner services, workforce planning, HR, and implementation, and branding strategy. Each task force will seek input from teams and involve some of you more deeply in the discussions. You want to talk about bloat? You guys want to talk about bloat? This is bloat. Everything we're hearing right now, you got different houses, different freaking task forces. This is literal waste. This is like bloat. Unbelievable bloat. These developments represent a strong acceleration in our transformation, and in the coming months will allow us to make these changes concrete and tangible. In the meantime, here are answers to some of the questions you've already asked, and I encourage you to share more as you have them. Tomorrow afternoon, Christoph, Charlie, and I will join the Montreal teams for a simple and informal gathering to celebrate the introduction of this entity, the first step in our renewed youth. Thank you all, and I wish you a wonderful summer. Eve. So, I mean, listen, I think the biggest problem with this company, you guys want to know what I truly believe is the biggest problem with Ubisoft right now to this date? I'll show you right now. The biggest problem is right here. The biggest problem with Ubisoft is the unwillingness to change their highest leadership. It is the unwillingness for Eve to step down and let somebody else take the reins in the hopes that they can change the company. Because right now, it doesn't matter how many houses you make. It doesn't matter how many task forces you make. You have the same people at the head of the company, which means all the problems that start at the top will continue to come down from the top. Until you get rid of the Guillemot family, you are going to continue to have the same problems. This seems like a family that likes to blame everybody else for the failure of the company, and they're constantly looking to replace XYZ person in the hopes that they solve their problems. But the problem comes from this person. The problem comes from the Guillemot family. The problem comes from their hold on Ubisoft, their hold on the company overall. And you know it's a problem because one of the requirements for the Tencent deal was that the Guillemot family stays in control. That was more important to them than anything else. That was more important to them than literally anything else. Eve is the problem, in my opinion. So I guess we'll see what happens with this entire new task force and houses and all this nonsense. We'll see what ends up happening. But all this shows me is that the Guillemot family is spending a lot of money on nonsensical bloat to fix their problems that they themselves are creating. That is literally it. And yes, his name is pronounced Eve. So we'll see what ends up happening with this entire nonsense. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. What are we looking at here? Do you think Ubisoft is going to be able to make a return to form? Or are we seeing Ubisoft blow that over $1 billion that they got from Tencent on the most nonsensical task force bullshit nonsense that we have seen in a long time? Whatever that may be, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. France hates them. Is that true? France hates them? Does France hate the Guillemot family? Has been out of touch with the gaming world for... Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people complain about them. That's true. Nah, they're toast. I'm moving to the fucking Arctic Circle. Eve is the correct pronunciation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I live in France. They are hated. Okay, all right. Sarah has the inside information. I'm not surprised. It's a modern day French monarchy. I've heard that before. I've heard that before. France hates Quebec. Makes sense. I've heard this before. That they view the Guillemot family as like a modern day French monarchy. So, but am I wrong in saying that I think the biggest problem with Ubisoft is the fact that the Guillemot family will not let it go? They will not let it go. They just refuse to let it go. They don't want to be out of power. They're willing to take lesser deals if it means that they stay in power. You know that, right? So, and with Tencent is one of those companies that will use their money to slowly but surely kill you on the inside. They will let you off yourselves as a company little by little, so that way they could buy you for cheap. And they could get your IPs that are going to make a lot of money if they were in the hands of someone who knew what they were doing. They'll buy those IPs and make a ton of money with it, but they'll buy it for cheap. This is what Tencent does with companies. That's why Tencent invests in multiple different companies, a lot of companies. You'll be surprised how many companies have Tencent investments. You would be surprised. Let's catch up on super chats, and then we're going to get into the waifu battle because we need to do the waifu battle, man. We are running the risk of truly losing both streaks. This is bad. We got Ron DFK with a 199. Bloat does not float. Why did that make me think of it? Why did that make me why did that make me think of it? We all float down here. That made me think of it. That's funny. Shout out to you. Let's check Rumble. Rumble, you awake? Is Rumble awake? Let's see. Mighty Megatron for a 2 on Rumble. Hypnotic leave France and Canada alone. They're fighting over that rainbow dildo shoved up their butt by those African people. Don't make them cry for mass. Hey, listen. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Gray the Merchant with $1. So, Ubisoft solving their crisis by adding in more bloat. Yep. And the same venom that was killing their brand. Yep. Man, I wish I bet the short options in the stock market would have been a millionaire by now. Yep. It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. Again, if you are managing, if you're the CEO for a company for like 15 years and your company has been just shit for the last 5 to maybe 7 years, after a certain point, you should start looking at the top and potentially think about replacing the top or fixing it from up top. You know what I mean? Like at some point, you need to stop blaming the people on the bottom and start realizing that all the shit trickles downhill from the top. But truth be told, they just don't want to give up the power. That's really what it is. Adair Soto for $1. The more they keep delaying their fate for their company, the Chinese is going to eat them little by little. And what they're going to have in the end, nothing, absolutely nothing, just to stay in power. Facts. Well, that's what I'm saying. They take lesser deals as long as it means they can stay in power. I don't believe that Tencent was the best deal they got, at least from a monetary standpoint. I think that Tencent is the best deal they got from an overall standpoint, meaning power, balance, all that shit. So, but we'll see what ends up happening. All right, boys. We're fully caught up everywhere. Let's get into the waifu battle and let's hope for the best, man. I brought back a very strong waifu, thank God, because I think we're going to need it. We're going to need it. Let's go. Waifu battle. Here we go. All right, boys, Waifu Battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, we had a little bit of an upset. A little bit of an upset where Shion ended up losing the Waifu Battle. And certain people were not happy about that. They were not happy about that. But the current Waifu Battle champion that stole the belt yesterday is none other than the red-headed queen from King of Fighters. We got Shermie, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely stacked. So before we bring out the challenger, we are going to go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1, all super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat, then it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2, you can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Shermie, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who is on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I will do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It does not matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand the rule? I know you don't. It's fine. I know you don't. All right, guys, listen. I had to bring out a very strong waifu, somebody who has an amazing history in the waifu battle, somebody who is known for being absolutely legendary in the waifu battle. Let's see if she can save not only tier 1, but tier 2. I have faith in her, but I guess we're going to find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The challenger that is going to go up against Shermie is going to be none other than the one and the only ladies and gentlemen. What a fucking legend this woman is. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. I am putting the names on the bottom right now. Yor is back in the waifu battle. The names are on the bottom. Sonia's happy. Look at that. Mommy. Sonia's happy. Sonia is happy. The MILF is back. The MILF is back. Dragon starting off already with a 10 saying, Shermie, what? Fuck the rules. Soggy boobs from GDR, right? Is GDR even in here right now? I don't even think GDR is in here right now. I don't think GDR is in here right now. We got your back in the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. This is a waifu that has been heavily requested because she's very popular. She's very popular. We got Sudi Thunder with a 20 saying your. Okay. So we got a $10 lead. A $10 lead for your right now against Shermie. Very interesting. We'll find out. We'll find out who's going to win. Sonia is losing her mind. Sonia is losing her mind. Holy Aaron says, my thirst is quenched. All right. Fair enough. Yours going to win again. Well, hopefully she wins pretty hard. Because if not, well, then we lose. Chaos Dragon with a 5 saying, your. Very nice. Very nice. Chaos Dragon joining in on the MILF Mommy. Joining in on the MILF Mommy. Let's go. Oh, shit. Rumble's talking shit. Clown over on Rumble says your is going home. Ooh. Where's that? Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Damn. Damn. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Vardamus just made the waifu battle very interesting, considering I think a lot of people were going to vote for your. Vardamus just dropped a $100 Red Boy Ultra Banger and says, Shermie, I love that game series. Holy shit, bro. Vardamus just pulled a massive legendary move. And I think that officially saves us on tier 1. That means we are working our way to try to save tier 2 to the best of our ability. Thank you, Vardamus, for the $100 Red Boy Ultra Banger. Shermie is officially in the lead. And I would honestly, bro, are we seriously about to let your lose to Shermie? Is that happening? One of the most legendary waifus ever, and yours gonna lose to Shermie? No way. No way. No way. Do you know how sad Sonia's gonna be? Sonia is going to scream to the top of her lungs. Sonia's gonna scream to the top of her fucking lungs, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Where's the feet? It's hiding. We can't show feet and we can't show knees, remember? YouTube doesn't like knees. You're not at tier 2 with a pair of mid waifus? You think yours mid? You think yours mid? Really? That's crazy. All right, we're going to take your off the screen. Holy fuck, Blackguard. Blackguard just dropped a banger. A mega banger, $50 on your Forger. Says not the best image for her, in my opinion, but she's still a top tier waifu for me, no matter what. Can't wait for the next season of the show. An absolute banger, man. Holy shit. Shout out to Blackguard. Thank you so much for that 50. It is now time to bring out Shermie, ladies and gentlemen. The current waifu battle champion. Will she take home the gold? Will she take home the gold? Let's find out. Let's find out. Thank you, Blackguard. You legend. Dragon with a 10. Shermie, what has pee-pee head will extend my head. Bro, you guys were calling her a literal dickhead yesterday, and I'm like, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Beautiful Zexel with a 20 banger says your is going to... That's very definitive. Are you sure about that? Because Shermie's still ahead in the lead. Shermie is still ahead. Not by much, though. Yours and Blackguard's super chat is catching her up pretty good. But she's still ahead. Shermie is still ahead. We got Pay It Forward with a 10 saying I can milk those and then she can milk me over on Rumble. Shout out to Pay It Forward Mods. That is a 10 from Rumble for your. Make sure we put it in there. Not the best picture of Sherby either. Well, then I guess it's even. That's two not great pictures for two waifus. It should be even then. You still don't understand how she can see in the fight? Chakra. There you go. Chakra. Mighty Megatron for a 2 on Rumble says, I remember some black kid questioning this Latin dick about the putas. What? Bro, I can't read that super chat. I cannot read that super chat, Mighty Megatron. That's too much. That's crazy. He says he tastes better or has more flavors than, I don't even know what the fuck he was saying, than Baskin Robbins. Oh my God. Then he started shooting. Bro, oh, Jesus. Mighty Megatron's insane, bro. Insane. But thank you, Mighty Megatron. I appreciate it. Sonia says she's ready to goon if Yor wins the waifu battle. So we need a couple of more big votes for Yor to get her ahead of Shermy. Because this super chat right here is killing it right now, man. Vardamus just absolutely dropped a bomb that is going to keep Shermy ahead if nothing else changes. We shall see. Give me my hot mommy Yor. That's crazy. That's crazy. We'll find out. We'll find out. Studio Mim says, oh crap. We shall see. That's a hot picture. Don't understand why people hate it. I don't know. People are weird. It's kind of like, unless the titties are completely out, then they have a problem with it. And they don't understand, like, YouTube kind of has a terms of service that we have to abide by, and that we do abide by every day. We're only 88 away from tier 2. Holy shit. This is clutch. This is going to be clutch. Dragon with a 10 says Shermy boobs and abs combo. That's another super chat for Shermy. Is Yor seriously going to lose to Shermy? Is yours? Are you serious? Is that really happening right now? Holy shit. Hypno has the best late night stream. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She doesn't need eyes. Her pillows detect where things are by feel. Exactly. Exactly. It's like chakra, but with your titties. It's titty chakra. There you go. That's how you do it. It's titty chakra. Question for everyone that's unrelated. Sorry. Which game is better, Dead Space or Tormented Souls? I'll go with Dead Space, personally. Overall, like gameplay wise. All right. I guess this is happening, man. I guess we're going to lose tier 2 and yours going to lose. This is going to be a problem. Here we go. The final countdown. You got ample time now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The last super chat that is going to count is Blackguard for $120 Red Boy Ultra Banger, saying Yor Forger. God damn these guys, bro. At the last second. And then BioT Wolf with $100 Red Boy Ultra Banger says Yor, my pick, and can't say no to her. Stunner and tier 2. And then Ali Kusanagi with a $40 banger says Shermy. Fighting hard to the very end. You know what's funny? So, if it was only BioT Wolf's $100, this one would have brought it really close. But Blackguard had to double penetrate. Blackguard had to double fucking penetrate, man. God damn, dude. You guys just oh man, the troll is amazing. The troll is amazing. All right, mods, count it up. And in the meantime, it is time to goon for all these red boys. We are officially at tier 2, saving the day for 93 streams in a row. Shout out to you guys, man. We are officially at tier 2 for 93 streams in a row. That is fucking incredible. Special shout out to the absolute legend Blackguard, Bio T Wolf, Vardamus. Blackguard dropped a 50 on top of that. Sudi with the 20. Beautiful Zexa with the 20. Ala Kusanagi with the 40. You absolute fucking legends, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me nuke the chat in your honor. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When is Grok Waifu going to be in the Waifu Battle? No, not happening. Not happening. She's psycho. Oh, numbers are in? Damn, hold on. Wait, numbers are in. Damn, cuz shit. Goddamn, yours always dominates. Always dominates, bro. People love your. You guys had me fooled for a second. I'm not going to lie. I really thought Yor was about to lose, and then out of nowhere, just crazy. Yor at $322.96 against the champion, Shermie, or former champion, at $155.92, which means the winner. And the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only legendary Yor. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. Shit. She's OP as fuck. OP. Sonya's losing it. Sonya is losing it, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. And I'm sure there are some people coping and seething because we had some Shermie votes. We had some really strong Shermie votes. A lot of people like Shermie, which is good.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Yor is going to go backstage where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. All right, so a couple of things. Well, we got some Rumble rants. I'll get to it in 1 second, Mighty Megatron. Just give me 1 second. A couple of things. We got, obviously, Griffcast. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a either morning or afternoon Griffcast tomorrow. I am not sure. I have to see. I'm not sure. But if I don't, I'll let you know. If I do, obviously, you'll know. But we are still continuing Death Stranding. We are getting closer and closer, progressing as much as possible. Join us for that. Obviously, after Death Stranding, like I said, we got WUCHANG coming out on the 24th, so look forward to that. And then after WUCHANG, we're going to be reviewing RoboCop Unfinished Business. I can't wait to play that shit. I really can't. I also started playing Mecha Break, so if any of you guys play Mecha Break, I've been playing it in my off time every now and then. So if you see me online, you're more than welcome to join a group if you want. I don't play that on stream. I just play that in my free time. And that's basically it, man. Mighty Megatron for $1 Real Talk I put on Crunchyroll on one day. Project Aqua was on. So I watched it with my son. He's barely 2. Watched the first episode, and when I changed his diaper while he slept, he was at oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. And then Mighty Megatron with $1 says, "Thank the gods." Fair enough. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. End the stream so I could go into the shower. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Stop it. Stop it, Toxin. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere. Oh, he was at attention. Oh shit, I get it. He was at attention. I get it. That's crazy. That's insane. All right, boys. Thank you guys so much for your insane support. We're gonna end up rating someone now. I appreciate everybody for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, everything. I hope you guys have been enjoying the streams. They've been a lot of fun lately. Our numbers have been super high. Our engagement has been super high. YouTube changed all their bullshit, but we have been fighting through it every single day. We're still growing every single day, and we're having fun along the way. I thank all of you for helping me do that. And special shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. Join me on Grifcast tomorrow. Let's have some fun continuing to do our gaming. And obviously join me on Hypnocast at 9. But until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. And those were crazy chair shots, man. BioT Wolf and Blackguard, that was a pretty fucking good troll. And Vardamus, that was pretty big balls move right there. He was like, sure me all day. Shout out to you guys. I also have the King of Fire as manga, ironically. But anyway. All right, boys. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one. Go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
The dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck in the attitude, put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, greedy, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause it's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.